We are live. We are live. We are live. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good on this end.
Awesome. Look like you had a successful trip this morning on the lake.
I did. I did. Brought home 7. It was
Cool.
going to be 6.
How did the
What's
net
that?
work out for you?
Great till I dropped it in the water.
Did it float?
No, no. For 2 seconds, I had a rod and a fish in one hand, and I was trying to reach down for that net in the other, and I should have just let the fish swim. It wasn't. Oh well, got to buy a new net now.
Oh, it sank?
Oh yeah, yeah. Went straight to the bottom.
Wow.
Anybody pulls up a camouflage handle foldable net in the mouth of Lucy's Bayou, let me know.
Might have to put a float on the next one. A piece
Uh,
of a pool noodle or something.
Something, yeah. It wasn't my favorite one, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. But you gotta have a net though. I mean, if I'm fishing by myself, now if I'm in a tournament, I'll have the net laying out. But it's so rare that I use a net for myself.
well, I did it just because, and I even in that video I posted today, it
Yeah.
was simply because the fish I lost
Hmm.
on Somerville was a heartbreaker, and it was because I was trying to boat flip it.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
other than that, I mean, well, early they were on top and coming after it. It was a
Hmm.
real good bite this morning.
Man, it was awesome bite this morning.
Yeah,
It was not like a Lake Houston bite this morning.
no, and then they still bit good, but they did bury about 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
They started ducking down when that sun came up. I did notice we had some extended cloud cover this morning too, with the
Right.
clouds blowing over, so that helped. They don't like that sun. They really don't.
Yeah. Even in the shade, they were dug in. We
Yeah.
we Dwayne is the one that was on the trip with me today. Him and his wife.
Okay.
And it was their first time vertical jigging. Well, I think it was his wife's first time fishing Lake Houston, but it was both of their first time really getting into vertical jigging. We did a trip on Conroe, and we mostly cast to the fish, but we did a little bit. But it's two different things fishing Conroe and Houston,
Mm-hmm.
especially if those fish are dug in.
Yeah.
So appreciate you dropping the link, sir.
Yep.
Any of you guys that would like to get out and learn a couple thing or two about catching crappie, this is my contact information. I don't know why Joey always put his at the bottom. Anybody that's interested in moving to the Houston area, this is your
Or
man right here.
within, or
He's
within the
just
Houston area.
there. You go. Yep, this is your guy for any real estate uh, dealings you have. Really good guy, down to
Appreciate
earth.
it.
Uh, I know he'd be a pleasure to get things handled for you.
We try. We try.
And if you guys are on Facebook, we are running a up and coming Facebook page over there. That's not only can you just go there and look at pictures and read what the fish are doing, you can also post your pictures and about your last trip. So if you're on Facebook, it's free to join. So y'all be sure to come on in. Quentin, what's going on, my man? We got Slick in the house. We got Squiddo in the house. Craig is out of the barn tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Murdoch, what's going on, my man? There's Dale. What's going on, Dale? Yeah, Squiddo was out on the lake this evening, and he said it came back alive this evening.
That's good.
Yeah, so I
I
think it was
keep
just that midday lull.
Yeah, I keep meaning to go out on an evening run.
Yeah,
tonight I came home, I cleaned those fish, and that's what we had for dinner tonight. And
Mm-hmm.
we had fish the other day, but it was stuff I had from the freezer. And it's kind of funny. My wife said, "Did you do something different?" I said, "No, I did something. It's all the same." She goes, "Something different about these." I said, "Yeah, they were caught today.
Yep.
Makes a difference. Makes a
That
big difference."
that fresh, never frozen.
Mm-hmm. She goes, "I wouldn't. I was." She's like, "I was okay with fish, but I'm really glad you did this." I said, "Yeah, there's something to it."
Yeah. Damien, what's going on, my man? See what's going on, fellas. I'm headed out in the morning. Well, good luck out there, brother. Look at Craig. Craig always got talk noise.
Mm-hmm.
He putting in work right now. Lynn, what's going on, my man? There's Jody. What's up? Dwayne said crappie for dinner tonight.
It was a hit.
Yeah, I got a dough already. Got her chopped up. I got some summer sausage mixed up. I still got to stuff it, so I'll get it stuffed tomorrow after my trip tomorrow, and hopefully get it smoked. So I had me some summer sausage, doing about 25 pounds. Murdoch, you process yourself?
We'll make it happen, Dale.
Dale says, Joe, I wanted to meet you and shake. Yeah, I don't know why Dale left. He let. Well, he says clock was off on his units or something. So he was at the ramp an hour early, and he was like,
Oh
"Yeah,
goodness.
I'm just going. I'm gonna leave.
Uh,
I wish you would have stayed. What's going on, Terry?
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, not a whole lot. Here talking about crappie fishing. When was your
Man,
when was your last time being out?
last time I was out with you,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Um, I got to get up in the morning and head to the airport. I got to fly back to Georgia to handle some business.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Get
so
that
I won't
money.
be. Yep, I won't be going out this weekend either.
Yeah.
hmm.
Yeah. Just hook your boat up to the tail end of that airplane.
Don't know how that'll work out.
Yes, sir. So what did you think about being on the boat with me the other day?
Man, it was an experience. Let me preface that by saying I didn't catch a single fish.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he didn't make it to the boat.
Well, that was sort of what we planned. I mean, that was what we talked about. So
Yeah. I purposely went just to be the netter.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, that was my purpose. I
yeah,
had a good time. I had a really good time watching you
yeah,
dissect the lake, and um, I had a good time. I just enjoy being on the water under any capacity. So,
yeah. I have a few clients that'll do that. They'll be like, "Man, I just want to watch you fish. You catch some fish. Let me see what you doing."
hmm
Any of
And
y'all want to pay me to come sit on my boat and watch me fish? You're welcome to. If that's what guiding is, I didn't know that's what it was about.
it's just like today. I only put one fish in the boat today, right? But I hooked one another one that got off. My hook set was too violent for the wire hooks that I was using, and the fish came off. But it's kind of you know on Houston it fishes different. Uh, Sometimes those fish can be so spooky that any little action you give spooks them.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
So
hmm
so with live scope we're getting that jig so close to them, sometimes you almost have to. So I was telling Dwayne and his wife today. I said, all right, what we're gonna do? We're gonna start off a real subtle act. Every fish start off subtle. If he don't react, get a little bit more aggressive. Get really. I'm talking about to where you banging that jig on his head. If he, if, it, and my thinking is, if I see a fish down there, he got to react. whether it's a positive react or a negative react, I want him to react.
He's either going to bite or leave the hole.
He's gonna bite or he's gonna leave.
Mhm.
One of the two. And and sometimes you just it's what it takes. And it's like I was telling Dwayne him, it's like somebody in your ear snapping that finger. And if they eventually you're gonna get tired of hearing that snap in your ear, you're gonna want to swat it away. Well, we got hands to where we can do that, but a fish don't have that. All he got is his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can tell swat too, but uh, I've only had very few crappie do that. Uh, and another big thing today that we talked about in this vertical jig, and especially Lake Houston, is how few fish you feel bite the jig.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's very few. And but they had a blast out there today, and we went over a lot of stuff, covered a lot of area, and like I've always said, people see me type up all the time about how those fish are in and under the structure. And the thing is, it's like I was showing them today. You can be back, 20 feet from that pile and pan it. You can see those fish really good up under the structure.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get up there to your target range, that's 4 to 7 or 8 foot, whatever your target range is, you're almost right on top of that structure.
Mhm.
You can't see them. I mean, you might see
Mm-hmm.
a little bitty piece of them down there. And it's just what it is that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just my take on it. Crappie day. Okay, that's what's up. I've never done some. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Summer sausage is almost as you still gotta smoke it, but it's almost as easy as pan sausage. I like it a lot,
Hey,
Hey,
and
Fred.
it
Fred,
turns out really good. Fred, what's going on, my man? Dwayne says fishing Houston is completely different from Conroe
completely.
by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Fahim,
What's going on for him?
say got a question. What does a crappie look like again? Haven't been in so long. I'm starting to wonder. Well, come on down here. We'll get you out there, man. Come on down here. Murdoch says only piece of equipment for processing is a mixer. It's on my list. Yeah, I don't have a mixer either. I got these my mixers right here. Yeah, I want a mixer too, but Hutch, what's going on?
Hey, Hutch.
So Joey, what did you see out there today? What was your day like?
Um, Early, I had a, you know, most of what I found success on today was, like you said, it was gradual action increases. But most of my fish were on dead stick today. Um, I had a few I had to slow raise on, but you know, sticking to the shadows, and
Hmm.
I tried a few times to decrease my jig size, and it was a color change, not anything else. And when I'd say about 10:30 is about the time the gold dust and the magic shut off, and I had to go to spring green.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, they were down in it by that time, way down in the piles. But no, the got out there early, and fish were tucked up. They were still, they might be under something, but they were at the top of the piles. You could see them pretty easy, and they would come out for whatever. Had a few that acted like they were sleeping, but I'd pop it one time and they'd wake up and come out after it, kind of thing. The big one I caught today didn't even look that big on the live scope because it was kind of tucked in behind the shadow of a stump, and I dropped on it from the other side, and I had to slow raise on her, and all I felt was weight add to it.
Mm.
There was
Mhm.
no thump, no nothing. I just felt the weight add to it, and so I, set the hook. And when I set the hook, I said, "Oh, this is a little more than
Yeah.
this ain't no 12-inch fish right here." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That rod tip stayed right where it was, and
Mhm.
um, so that was a good fish. I caught her probably 9:30 this morning, right before I had passed you.
Mhm.
She was the last one I pulled up, and then
Yeah.
checked a few other areas and didn't do bad. Just made my little circuit and came back. Called it. Well, about 1 o'clock. I wanted to keep fishing, but I was kind of at the verge of having to force myself off anyway to get back and handle some other things I've got going on.
Mhm.
And it was either sacrifice that and kind of make a run and duck out of the wind somewhere, or just call it a day. And I had 7 fish in the live well, so I was only
Plenty for
planning
dinner.
to, yeah, I was planning to keep 6, and then um, I stuck one in a gill, and it was bleeding pretty bad, so went on and kept
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
But no, good day, real good day.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was a very favorable bite this morning.
Mhm. Yeah. It wasn't like it was Lake Houston.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were
I had to.
doing.
I had to look at Dwayne and his wife and say, "Hey, don't y'all get used to this because it's not like this all
Yeah,
the
it's not.
time."
No, today was one of those ones you're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good. This is a good day.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it was going to eventually shut down. So.
Hey, I heard you getting coached on hook set, Dwayne, from down the river. I did hear that. I said, oh, we're setting hook. We're doing some hook setting school today. You ain't the only one.
Yeah, any dart that I see that fish do, man, I mean,
Mhm.
I'm gonna set that hook.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
had
yank.
I had a few side swipers run out of a pile and hit it, on a side swipe today.
Yeah.
They were aggressive. It was good.
Ooh, 3 to 5
Mm,
days fishing.
that's nice.
Yes, sir. Well, Murdoch, hopefully you can come on the live and update us on how your bite is. Well, good luck, and I know you can't wait to get to that. You say that was
No,
his
no,
wife.
that was his wife.
Look at me, talking about okay, me a little too. That's funny.
Yeah, usually I'm setting the hook too hard, and you have to change the drag and change the
Yeah,
hooks.
yeah. It's
Kind of,
with
yeah,
with
not
the
too
with the right rod, you can get away with really yanking into them. But some of them rods that are a little stiffer,
stiff, yeah.
Hmm.
you gotta lighten up on it a little bit, and then you gotta have the right hook.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the shorter, like my 10-foot jig poles, they're obviously a lot stiffer back than my 12-footer. So,
right, exactly. Yep,
yeah, I've got to remember what I've got in my hand.
that's
And that
right.
14-footer, this is the deception of it. The obviously the bigger they are, the heavier they are.
Right.
And so you're combating rod weight and extra flexibility on those longer poles. I know my 14-foot Denali. I get into that thing because you have
Hmm.
to. You got to give it a lot to really put something on it because it is it's super flexible. It's extra heavy, so you're that one. I used to use that one a lot more often, and I realized, you know what? If they're not spooking off and I can use my 10-footer, I'm using my
Hmm.
10-footer.
Exactly. That's what we did today.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you, this morning, the few open water fish that we seen, they wasn't having it.
No. I
You,
noticed
you,
that on Somerville. The open water fish were super spooky.
hmm.
If they were on piles, they were fine. But
Exactly.
if they were out in the, I mean, it was 20 feet. twitch at trolling motor. They hear it and they take off. I mean, the slightest little bitty thing. You see a good one just sitting there, hovering, and you're like, "Oh, you're mine." No, he's not either.
Yeah. We had a few take off from us too. So, and that was even with the 14-footer pitching at them.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, those fish dug in strong on Somerville. I mean, little small fish you think we threw back, Terry, 20 or 30?
Oh my God. Yeah, we had
There
to
were,
catch probably 75, 80 fish. No,
yeah,
no question.
there was a
Yeah,
lot of small fish
a
out
lot of
there.
small fish. And
Mhm.
there wasn't no way of seeing what fish you had. I mean, you could see them when you're away, but once you get there, they were so dug up under, you just get what
Yeah,
came out.
luck of the draw. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes you weren't even seeing the fish, you was just seeing the little structure down there. And you was just
yeah.
jigging your rod, wait
Were
for
you
something
straight? Were you straight jigging? Took the split shots off on
Who, me?
Somerville? Yeah.
No, no.
No,
I
you
was
still
using
had
a
your
quarter
split
ounce.
shots on. What's that?
I was using a quarter ounce. Three
Okay.
quarter ounce.
hmm
3/4 ounce.
Okay.
Big old weight.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like to cast to them sometimes too when they're dug in deep on that structure like that. But man, that jig was just, I mean, it's just, and they didn't want a whole bunch of action. Once you got it down there, that jig needs to be just, crawling across there.
Yeah.
So if I was going to cast at it, I couldn't add enough weight for the jig to hurry up and get down there. So I was just using that 14-footer and pitch it out there. And then once it got down there, I just slowly drag it across the pile.
Yeah. I tried casting a little bit, and all I figured out with that is I'm real good at striper fishing.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
was slow bumping one across the top of a pile, and a school of stripers came through it, and I mean, grabbed it and took off with it.
Wow.
And there was no. It was either let him eat all my drag up or tighten down and see if I could at least fight it in, and he just broke me off. I mean, whatever had. And but that's a strong fish. But yeah, where I was at, I had stripers all around me.
Yeah.
Where were you?
In the water.
It's okay.
Lake Somerville. I was in Lake Somerville
hmm
fishing a tournament.
Yeah, when we left the ramp and got right there, I was like, well, I don't see no tournament boats over here. It was a boat, I think 2 boats over there where I want to start at. So I even shut down before I got to where I wanted to go, and we loaded up, man. I mean it was
I
Couldn't
had to.
hardly move at one point. The fog was so
yeah,
doggone
the
thick.
Yeah,
did the
no,
fog roll
I
in on
sat
you?
still. Yeah, sure did. I sat
Yeah.
still. I had one guy idle past me in the middle of all that, and I tell you what, the bite was way better before the fog than it was after. For me, anyway. I went north though, and kind of hugged those 2 islands, looking around. No clue where any structure was or anything. I just went looking at points is what I did, and scanning around.
I was reading what Murdoch he say hook setting setting the hook too hard has always been his problem. He said one time he brought up a whole lip off a crappie.
Yeah, it's a little different than bass fishing.
Yeah. Now, what were you saying, Joey? I didn't mean to bust out laughing while you were talking, but that was funny.
I went north, and I was hugging points, looking at just looking for structure at first, and I had to scan around because it's not like Lake Houston where there's structure everywhere.
Right,
It's
exactly.
pockets of it, and so, like Conroe. So it was a whole lot of just learning. And then when I did finally find structure, I found structure in 10 foot of water, 20 foot of water. And then it was the game of, well, they're not in 10 foot of water. I was shocked that that one guy said he caught in 4 foot of water.
4 to 5 foot.
I'm like, I saw catfish that shallow.
Catfish and white bass.
Yeah, I didn't see no crappie up there. But that's name of the game. Most
Yeah.
of the fish I saw were 20 foot down,
Yep.
and 18 to 20, and so uh, but good amounts of fish. I mean, I saw fish stacked on piles in ways that I don't normally get to see. So that was good. But um, no, I should have. I had a couple of probably right at 11-inch fish I should have kept, and I didn't because I'm thinking, oh, I got to go for the. I'm looking for bigger fish. And then that one that I tried to boat flip, I knew it when it came up and I saw its mouth. Don't try to
Hmm.
boat flip that fish. And what did my genius self do? Yanked up, and as soon as I buried the butt of that rod to try to lift that fish out of the water, the jig just came right out. I said, "Oh man, that thing could have been
Never,
a baseball."
never a good thing during a tournament.
No, no, because it was a big fish,
Yeah.
and I know
You
they
need
gain about a pound when the jig pulls out
And
their mouth at the surface, but this was a
yep.
big
Yep.
fish.
you need your net man, Joey.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Apparently, they'll pay you to go on your boat.
Hey, I tell you what, that was my first time ever having somebody as a net man, and it was lovely.
I bet it was.
Absolutely, because you catch the fish, you come up,
Yeah,
yeah, all the small fish, I take the hook off. We wouldn't net him, but the net fish, he take the hook off, wait, and while he's doing all of that, I'm right back to fishing.
you get him to rub your shoulder after you got sore too, or just
No,
he just worked
no,
the net for you?
no,
All right,
that was yeah.
Hey, I'm a fishing caddy.
yeah,
There you go. Lynn said, "Good answer."
in the water. I'll tell you what, it's wet jigs that catch fish.
Today,
Yeah.
we started off at 61, got up to 63. It's cooled off a
Mm-mm.
lot, but the
Them
fish are not.
50-degree temps coming.
Yeah, it's something that they're not. It's something that ain't right yet because they're not super aggressive yet.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we got this warm up coming. It's gonna be right back hot.
Yeah,
So they know uh, when it's time when it really sets in. That's when they're gonna really you know they're feeding right now, but not like they're gonna be doing when it gets
that
cold.
that 15-inch that 15-inch fish I caught today went 1.71. They're still with they still got summer weight. That's a
Yeah.
220, 230 in
Mhm.
February. That
Mhm.
fish. They're not putting on. They're starting to get to where they're going to put on weight, but they haven't quite done it yet.
Right. What's going on, Raymond? Mr. Harry, what's going on, my man? Yes, Murdoch, we can still see thermocline today. Depending on where I was, it was anywhere from 8 to 12 foot down, and that's
Not like
basically
4 and 5 like it has been.
right, exactly.
Thankfully,
And that's where we caught most of. I'll tell you what, towards the end of our trip today, and I've seen this a lot. Those fish are parked up under the thermocline about a foot or two,
hmm
and that's where we picked up our last few fish. Was up under the thermocline. It's not often you see that, but they do. You got to watch for it.
did
And
you
they're
end up
not.
going up the river
Yeah,
or
yeah.
okay? I figured. I'm like I kind of with the wind blowing the way it is. I kind of had a suspicion of where you ended up
Hmm.
heading to, but
I
and
thought about running to the bayou, but I was like, yeah, no, we right here. There's plenty of fish over here. So,
I saw thousands of white bass in the mouth today.
oh, there's some. We seen a big old school in the river today.
My
I'm talking
gosh,
about
there
a
was
giant
so
school.
many white bass today. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that many white bass, and I see white bass all the time. These were massive schools, lay it like on the bottom,
Yeah.
giant schools on the bottom, and all over the mouth of Lucy's. I picked up one black crappie in the mouth of Lucy's, and I was like, there ain't no crappie in here. They're
Yeah.
not going
Them
to hang
white bass
around.
there, they not there.
They're not going to hang around this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We dropped down today on a fish that we thought was a crop. I kept saying, I don't know. I don't know. And
yeah,
sure enough, it was a big old white bass.
you and me both. About 14 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, Dale, that time's coming, man. I mean, it's not right just yet, but we heading in the right direction. Mr. David, what's going on, my man? It's good to hear this
So,
convo. So educational. That's what we do, man. If you got any questions, anybody have any questions, man, that we welcome them. That gives us something to talk about. And it's not
Hmm.
like we know everything, but we can put our heads together and come up with some type of answer. We do not know everything. We just normal old people that love crappie fishing. JR, what's going on, my man?
what's up, Jr.?
There's Black Rain. What's up, buddy?
Boy, Jr. figured out those minnows are a good time, didn't
Yeah, I still ain't having, I don't know. I want to get some. I just need to go on a trip by myself
he? Yeah,
because the ever since I've been guiding, strictly jigs,
yeah.
and I've had one trip where I had two kids on the boat, and we had minnows. I was like, it's a waste of time. Let's go to jig so we can catch some fish.
Hmm.
And they caught twice, three times as much on jigs than they did with minnows.
Yeah, I've heard it can go either way. I've heard there's days jigs do better and everything else. With what I saw in the fish I cut open today, the bluegill in my pond spawn year round. They do have a heavy spawn in the summertime, like what you see on the lakes and stuff. But
Hmm.
if the water temperature is basically above 70 degrees, they'll spawn throughout the year. They don't have just one. And so I've got a few minnow traps, and I've thought about catching some of those inch and a half, the bluegill that
Hmm.
are about an inch and a half, and taking those out there because I know they'll eat them. I know they
Yeah.
will. Good way to get a hold of. I won't drop one in front of a catfish. I won't drop one down anywhere near catfish because they love
Right.
them. But
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about it for sure.
Cool.
I always think about it too late.
What's up, dude?
What's
JJ,
going on, guys?
So JJ,
How are
what's
I've
you,
been
been,
sir?
happening? What's been happening on your end?
man, I just been working, tired, wore out,
That's a
ready to,
good thing, though.
ready to get on the water.
Yeah, that's a
let me
good
know
thing,
when you
though.
get there, JJ. I ride behind.
Dwayne
I
say
don't.
no need to go to Menace. You catch plenty on jigs. That's what's up.
Hmm.
Yeah, sometimes I like to tip mine with minnows, especially in
Yeah.
tournaments.
Have you ever used live Minnows live?
You mean just on like a hook?
Yeah, like I don't I would guess a jig. I mean, if you use a live minnow, would you use a jig or just a hook?
Oh yeah, no, I'll tip them on the back of a hand tie or even just a jig head.
Oh, okay, okay. So do you hook them live or do you? How do you hook them?
No, I hook them right up through like through the mouth and up through in between like the eyes. They stay alive long enough.
Yeah,
Usually it don't take long if they want the minnows when you drop it down on them.
Hmm.
Mhm.
They don't need to stay alive too long.
right.
It's
Yeah, you
just,
gonna drop it down on the fish anyway. So see what you just started, Ted.
Everybody's jealous. Everybody wants a piece of that action.
Minnow will get you tangled up in brush piles if you get too close. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
yeah, that is one downfall, especially if you're using just like an Aberdeen hook and like a split shot or weight above them. They got
yeah,
that freedom of movement and they will get you wrapped every time in a pile.
yeah, yeah. I sort of figured that most people would use like either a jig or at least a jig hook. That way they can control it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one of my clients that he got a boat and he get out there and he's been using minnows too. And he was telling me that even on Lake Houston that he's been using just a hook and he'll put his split shot pretty close to it to where he can't just run crazy and he said that he's been doing pretty good out there.
Yeah, that's usually
So,
what you want to do if you don't want them going crazy. Put the split shot closer to the minnow.
mm-hmm.
But if you're gonna use a slip cord, you need to be fishing on top of that pile. You don't need to go in that pile.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the bad thing is on Houston, you ain't gonna get no fish to come out of
No,
that pile. You gonna have to go in there to get
nothing's
it.
coming. Nothing's coming out for it.
Yeah. But I know that'll probably work on a Conroe or Somerville
Hmm.
eventually. I mean, you have to. I'm quite sure you'd have to constantly. Excuse me. You constantly have to adjust that slip cork to get it at the right depth where they come out of there. But I hadn't played with minnows a lot. It's just been going hard at it with jigs.
Yeah, I'll just run my jigs, hand ties and plastic, whatever they
Mhm.
want.
You ever use
Sometimes
crappie nibbles?
I have them in my boat.
Uh
Um,
huh.
I think sometimes it makes a difference, but I have a hard time like grabbing something, and I'd rather just change a color or profile.
Hmm.
But like on Conroe, the tournament we fished on Conroe, I grabbed minnows, and some of them bigger fish that I caught, I had to cut them minnows right in half.
Yeah.
A little trick, just add a little scent to it,
Yeah.
and I would hook the tail end of the minnow and onto a hair tie, and then big ones would eat it then.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that scent. Adding that scent to it. Are you giving it any action, or is it do they just come and get it?
It depends on the reaction of them,
Uh huh.
We 99% of the time you get them to react to whatever whatever you got down there in front of them. It's a slow pull usually for me that gets them to trigger, and a lot of times, I mean, my biggest fish I've ever caught bit about, I'd say, a foot underneath the surface, and I was fishing like 20 foot of water. It
Mm.
followed it all the way up, and it just forever like, stared at that thing, and I had no more water to keep rising, so I
Mhm.
just stopped it and I just let it sit there, and
Hmm.
finally she just bam, she took it. But it's like, wow.
Yeah. Here's something that you'll find crazy about on Somerville Saturday. The morning part, I don't know, probably till what 8, 9, 10 o'clock, somewhere off in there. The fish would only come out the pile a foot or two. If they didn't hit it a foot or two out of the pile, they wasn't gonna hit it.
Mhm.
And then we were, I was having to just run my rod to the back of the boat because I was fishing 18, 20 foot deep, and I was running out of room raising my rod up, so I just run that rod horizontal, and I try to follow it as far as I could with the trolling motor just so I could see the fish. But when I couldn't follow it no more, I just feel them, bam, they'd hit it. I was like, man, that is crazy how these fish change like that. One second they won't come 2 foot off the bottom, and the next second they follow it up 5 foot under the surface before
Yeah,
they'd hit it.
I noticed that quite a bit as well early on over there. They
Yeah,
didn't want to separate from the structure very
exactly.
far.
Yep, yep.
And
I'm
then
quite
later,
sure that fog had something to do with it too. It got really foggy at times.
that's funny you guys say that. I never even seen any fog where I was.
Really?
Yeah, I went up north quite a ways. Got got around one of the islands up there and fished that for a while, and then I came back down south, and I never even maybe I was just too in tune to my graph to even look around.
Wow. We
It was
were
it was thick.
nowhere from the bank right there, and we two boats right. We couldn't see them.
Can't see. Yeah. No, it came in, and when it came in, I was like, well, I hope this pile keeps producing because I'm not moving. I wasn't. It was that thick for about, I don't know what, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it would blow in and blow out, blow in
Yeah.
and blow out. It did it 5 or 6 times on us.
Mm-hmm.
See, I
And
was just
finally, it sort of cleared up. And I was like, all right, we can make a move now. And then we made a move, and I don't think we only may have upgraded 2 fish after that. And I'm talking about right there by the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
I must have just been in the wrong part of the lake. Well, the fish I weighed in, we know I was, but
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
no frog
Still
where I was.
fun though.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Lake Somerville's had my number the last couple tournaments,
yeah,
but I'm getting back into it. Been in
yeah.
Arkansas for a year. I ain't fished many of these lakes that I always go and fish. So
Hmm. David asked, comparing Lowrance active target to Gorman live scope. Even the active target 2. In my opinion, Gorman is the top dog in this battle. Even if you include Humminbird, any of them, Gorman is the top dog. You're gonna see more. Now I'm not saying that you can't go out with Lawrence or Humminbird and catch fish, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just not the experience you're gonna have with Gorman.
yeah, that's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
My new boat that I bought actually came with a Lowrance active target, the the whole setup, and
Mm-hmm.
I never even put it in the water. I sold it.
That's about what I would do too.
I'm all Garmin and have been for years.
Yeah, I'm with you on
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I fish with all of them. Yeah, I've been on clients' boats and it's like I say, I'm not saying you can't catch fish, but it is not live scope.
Mm-mm.
It is not live scope.
Yeah. They're all chasing Garmin,
Yep.
and they ain't running a good race either.
No, no. JR say I rig my minnows through the mouth, then the gill, and then to the back. They wiggle but can't swim. My weight is only 6 inches above the hook. Are you using just a regular hook, or are you using a jig hook, a jig head? I have 5 minnow buckets. They're great for stories, storing old nuts and bolts. My extra PVC fittings. Yeah, Dale say I don't really like the Lowrance. It's a narrower beam. Yep, yep. You got to really search for your jig when using that. Well, there's old Dan.
So there.
Darren.
Murdoch says Manners. What's that? Al Booster. Danny said, laugh aloud. That is what I'm thinking of doing, selling my active target 2 and getting a Gorman. I would tell you this: if you got a buddy that got Gorman, uh, and don't go with somebody that don't have it dialed in. Go with somebody that got the unit dialed in, and just look at it. I mean, it's so much more that you see with the Gorman than you will with the active target. Miss Bertha, how are you
Hey,
tonight?
Miss Bertha.
Miss Bertha.
JR said regular hook. Okay, okay. Okay, so you're using and you're hooking him that way so you don't swim all erratically.
A lot of times when you hook them that way too, it keeps the fish from just snatching the minnow off too.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it
Tail biting it.
so it makes it a tougher bite.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can catch 2 or 3 fish on one minnow if he's still living.
Huh. Cool. That's what's up.
Yeah,
JJ, I talk. You know Loy, that guy on Lake Livingston.
who is it?
Loy, shad slinger.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah. So I've been talking to this guy for a long time, but this was a couple of them guys that I've been talking to, and I was asking him about how dangerous the lake is. Now, I mean, I already knew it's super dangerous. So, yeah, I'm sort of with y'all, man. I'm thinking maybe throwing. I almost want to put Houston County at the end because I feel the colder it get, the later in the year it get, the bigger those fish are gonna be. So I've never fished limestone. I've never been there.
It's got a lot of timber.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a great lake. There's a lot of mixed fish. You got blacks and whites up there, and some good sized ones.
Yeah. Have you ever fished a tournament there?
I fished a state championship a couple years ago there
Okay.
for the Crappie Masters.
I wonder if they had to do any type of permit. I got to check on that. See if they you got to
Uh,
have.
I, I don't believe so.
Okay. Was it a particular ramp, y'all? How many ramps on the lake? I wonder.
Not many, and yeah, it's gonna probably be the one main one there. It's man, I can find it for you and get it to you, but
Okay.
yeah, there's not too many. It's way out in like no man's land, really.
Yeah. Backside of Buffalo, though, right?
Yeah, it is an awesome fishery, though. I mean, nobody should have a problem catching 5 fish.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna shoot it out there and see how many people would be willing to fish it.
Yeah, and it's about the same distance, a little bit farther maybe than like Houston County. It's still about an hour and a half here from Conroe in that ballpark.
Okay. Cool. Is it a clear water lake or is it stained?
It's stained.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it would be kind of like when I've been there, and I know the lakes are low right now. So, I mean, any lake we go to is going to be hazardous. Everybody's going to have to be careful. There is a ton of timber on it. It's like most lakes. South End's probably like take Conroe for instance. South End's usually pretty clear, but
Mm-hmm.
you can find a little bit dirtier water if you go up north. Right, it's going to be the same deal on limestone.
That's pretty cool. I'm willing to fish it. You'll make that haul, Joey?
Yeah, I'll go. Limestone's on my list to just go to anyway.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I owe Somerville a trip back just to take some fish out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Somerville's a good lake. You just sometimes you just have to slow down. I'm gonna I fished a lot slower uh, uh, Saturday than I usually ever do, but there was so many fish that we were seeing up under the structure, and we looked, man. There wasn't anything, mostly nothing on top of the structure. We
Yeah.
only seen a few suspended fish. Yeah, Murdoch, we're seeing a few suspended fish on the home lake. Uh, I didn't see any suspended fish on Conroe when I fished the other day, but we did see a few on Somerville.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I've always said, you know, I'm not the one that's gonna go to, especially Lake Houston, and just look for open water fish. Yeah, if I'm going from brush pile to brush pile and I see an open water fish, I'll attempt to catch it. But I'm not going there to catch open water fish because it's gonna upset you more than more than it'll make you happy.
Especially now, they're hard to get to right now.
Yes, sir.
If you can get even remotely close to one, you're not getting that close to them.
Dale, we might look into that. I can't say the name, but we'll talk about it over the phone. There's a bucket lake that that Dale say he might be able to get us to. That would be fun. That would be fun to fish. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about JJ. You already know. I'm quite sure you already. Just don't say the name, but I'm quite sure you know. It's the one that everybody was running to. So you know
Oh
what?
yeah,
Yeah.
my biggest fish from there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Huh? Terry, you down with making that run?
Ooh,
Come on, man.
I just looked it up. It's 2.5 hours. I'm
Oh,
almost
that's that.
240.
Hey,
Man,
what I'm gonna look into is trying to go up there a day before because I've never fished it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go a day before and then just maybe get a room or something. Do they have cabins on the lake, JJ?
Yeah, actually, right where the launch is, they serve breakfast. They got a little thing in the marina. It's a decent little launch, and they have a bunch of small cabins there,
Okay,
and
I'm
they're
gonna look
they're
into that.
they're pretty decent price too. I mean, I've stayed up there when we fished the championship.
Uh-huh.
Now it ain't your big suite or anything like that. It's just a cot, you know what I mean, and a small room. That's all you
Well,
need.
know,
You can
Terry's out.
plug your boat in.
Yeah.
If it ain't the Four Seasons, Terry ain't going.
Bah!
I was thinking that about you, Joey. Or we could just sleep on the Bass Cat.
My Bass Cat has pad under the carpet, so you know.
Oh yeah, that would be
it's
nice.
not horrible.
Pitch
I
a tent
wish
on
that
it.
was an exaggeration. It's not. Like the decks are padded before they're carpeted. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I think I got 2 weeks out would be, let me get to my calendar, 22nd. 22nd of this month. So I need to make a post. I wouldn't even be opposed to the bucket lake right now. Then we could probably do like a championship on
Houston County.
limestone or Houston County. I mean, it don't matter. We'll talk about it. That would be fun either way.
Yeah.
So BRT asked, what's a good jig size to fish with this time of year? Big baits versus small baits. I would say go by the reaction of the fish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Go ahead,
I
Joey.
saw big shad in bellies today on the fish I cut open. So they're eating big stuff right now.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, Dwayne said that we caught a couple of open water fish today. I chased one for I bet you 100 yards. He would burn rubber and then stop. I'm talking about it. As soon as I get up to try to keep up with him, he put the brakes on. Then here it is. I'm hitting my brakes, and he sat there for a minute. And as soon as I guess that vibration hit him, there you go again. It was a big fish.
Yeah.
It was a big fish. And I told him, hey, let me see that rod. I'm gonna try to catch this fish, but I couldn't. He wouldn't let me get to it. He would not let me get to it. It was a big fish too.
Well, you didn't get big by accident.
Yep, that's what I was telling you. I got so tired. Look, let's get back to fishing. We got fish to catch. Yeah, we had a fun time today. It's always fun with Dwayne and his wife. Yeah.
I just enjoy being on the water. It's always fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Murdoch says, I'm just used to open water fish. Eagle is almost completely devoid of structure except the cypress trees around the edge. Yeah, I wish we had more open water. They are a lot of fun to fish for, but Lake Houston is. I'm gonna tell you, Lake Houston got. I was telling Dwayne today. I was just. I mean, you see what's in this lake. You can hardly go 20 feet without seeing, another stump and big old lay down. There are, some 100-yard stretches where there's not very much, but if you stay on the move, you're gonna pass by them crazy. Yeah, that's right, Dwayne. Yes, sir. See, I'll talk to my contact. There has been some probably I know with people videoing on the lake. We may have to squash that unless we go to the bar up front. Okay. Yeah, we could do that too. Have it at a store parking lot somewhere. Yeah, it can be a no name lake. We'll call it No Can Tell.
There you go.
That would be a fun tournament. Miss Bertha say y'all having too much fun. I'm gonna have to get a woman's tournament together. You can come fish this one.
Yeah, just come out fish us.
You can come fish this one. Lance said, was he sticking his tongue? Yeah, you better believe it. You better believe he was. Yeah, we'll get together on that. JJ, I know you working tomorrow too.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna keep you too long, man. So, and we're man, we don't have any questions popping up, but I think we've discussed a lot of good stuff to help people out. If y'all don't have anything, other stuff to throw in there, we can call it a day, call it a night. But I appreciate all of y'all coming on tonight. Really do appreciate it.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Always fun.
Absolutely.
Yep. Always professional, always talking about crappie. That's what we do. And I
Yep.
appreciate everybody in the comments. Hopefully, we talked about something that you guys enjoyed, and you're always welcome to ask questions, man. There is the only question that's not good is the one you don't ask.
Mm-hmm.
Murdoch says, "Oh, I watched enough of your videos. To Lake Houston has almost too much. It has way too much structure." I agree.
I kind of see it as a blessing in disguise, though, because the thing about Lake Houston is just based on its location. It really is an overpressured lake, and you can tell that talking to the bass fishermen more than anything. And
Hmm.
so, if they got more than enough places to hide and they're a little tougher to go get, and um, that keeps the health of the population going, and that means it's a better tomorrow for people to
Hmm.
just consistently go out there. You don't need to go limit out every day you go fishing.
Yeah.
No.
Um, you take what you can eat and move on, but not everybody sees it that way. So,
Yeah.
with the amount of fishermen and with the advanced electronics we have now, and how many tools we have at our disposal that you know make these fish a little, I'm not going to say easy to get to, but we do have it our advantages now, and there's some really good fishermen out there that if it's not taken care of the right way, you can really do some damage. So I'm
Hmm.
all for it. I'm all for them fish having plenty of places to hide. They're
Yeah. Lake Houston will never run out of fish. Not
yeah.
not a one species
Mm-mm.
with the amount of
No,
structure it has in it.
I think I probably pass over 30 fish for every one I catch, if
Now,
not more.
I will say this also. Even lakes without a lot of structure, those fish use that bottom a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They can hit that bottom and disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I understand when people say that. And you put several tournaments on and several guides on a lake, and several tournaments. That's a lot of pressure. It can change a lake too, but to really severely hurt a lake, I feel it has to be an overall lake wide effect like sort of like what they did with Lake Houston. 5 to 6 years in a row, right in the middle of March,
Mm-hmm.
dumping 3 foot of water out of that lake.
Yeah.
That hurt
Yeah,
that lake big time.
that's gonna hurt it more than the fishermen or
Yeah.
even your natural issues that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think smaller lakes may succumb to a little bit of the pressure and whatnot. People overfishing the smaller ones maybe, but they're gonna rebound.
Right.
People are gonna forget about them lakes because man, we went there last time, we didn't see much. Next
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
thing you know, it's a couple years later, and all of a sudden that lake's awesome again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen
Mm-hmm.
it happen.
I agree.
I think Houston's on a rebound with as many
Yeah.
small fish as, I mean, I saw, it's the same thing we've been seeing where if you see a stacked up pile on Lake Houston, it's stacked up with 8, 9 inch fish, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
ton of them there. And then, you get to a little outcrop somewhere, and there might be, 2, 3 maybe eater fish on it. But nothing like where you see, 20 fish packed stacked up,
Now,
and you
now.
sit in one spot and pull a limit, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see the same thing on Conroe. I mean, I ain't fished it a lot in the last year, but just going out there the last few times, I mean, everywhere I went, it was just packed. I mean, there was fish everywhere. I mean, any bit of structure that I had marked, just loaded with fish. You know, they go right to the bottom too. You know, you think they've done moved off, but they're right there underneath that structure, and they're on the bottom in that same area. But yeah, I don't think these bigger. I think the biggest thing, like you're saying with Houston, I mean, same thing with Conroe. Back when they started lowering that damn water,
Yep.
I saw a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, since that's happened. Before that, man, that lake out here at Conroe was just phenomenal, and I know it definitely hurt it some with them lowering the water like they have, and it's been a continuous thing. I mean, this lake's at least a foot and a half low right now.
Yeah, same way with Houston.
Yeah, Houston's same way. Has been for 3 months.
But I mean, my last couple of trips out there, I've seen a lot of, you know, juvenile fish. I must say 8 to 10 inches in that area. I mean, they're just everywhere. So it's gonna get really good again here for too long.
Yep. It don't take them long.
No.
Yep. But like I said, that's the problem with eagle. Fish can't hide. I would love to see a limit decrease there. I never keep a limit, but a lot of people do. Yep. Lynn says, guys, all I've ever fished with until I met JR was worms, minnows, grasshoppers, crickets. I never thought about jigs. They work great. You
Good
caught
job, JR.
you caught your limit of crappie on my boat with a jig. Well, guys, if y'all are done, I mean, I'm pooped.
And I know that's right. 3 o'clock comes early.
Yes, sir, it does.
Yep.
All right. Well, if we're all good, I'm good.
I'm good.
Like I said, I appreciate you guys coming on, and we'll do more of this, and we'll get together on those lakes we was talking about.
Sounds good, guys. Y'all have a great night.
All right, JJ. Appreciate you, brother.
For sure.
Thank everybody in the comments. Good night to everybody. Thank you, Dwayne. And as we say all the time, we will see you guys next week. Same time, same flavor. Peace.